Hi everyone. Today I am going to do a little bit on Savannah Life. I figured it might be interesting for me to go through all of the animals one by one so you can see what each one is, because there are certain things that I know I enjoy as opposed to other things when it comes to the mechanics and abilities, I guess, of each of the animals, plus how they look and such. So, I'm doing this because I am probably not gonna live stream tonight. Um, I'm just really, I'm trying to keep up with all of this. There's just a lot going on in my personal life right now. Um, but we'll go ahead and today we will play as a wild dog. And I. So, first off, let's just go over what the wild dogs. Okay, first off, wild dog. They're cute. We have their variations. There's actually a lot here, so a little laggy. But this is the first variation, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th. And then there are three that cost Robux. So there's this one, and this one. And I think it's a really cute um it's a really cute animal. They're kind of targeted, I would say, by people a lot of the time. But it's a whole thing. Anyway, so I have one variation of the black. I have this cream color, and then I have the original. So we're gonna play Zuki because Zuki was my first wild dog. I know it doesn't show as that, but no, Zuki was not my first wild dog. Sorry, Pippi was. Which I named Pippi after uh my so William's grandparents, they had a cat and her name was Pippi. Um she was a tortie, and so they look very similar. But I'll go ahead and go through the emotes. So so do that's the first one. Third one. Earth. So cute. Fifth. Love that. Sixth. I love the tail wagging. I find it very cute. I normally turn it on. Um oh, ears back. Okay. And then eighth. It's like a little perk up. So I think they really put in a lot of work on the wild dog. I think it's very cute. But we're gonna go ahead and put on the tail wag, and we're just gonna try to find something. Oh, going the wrong way. Going the wrong way again. We're gonna try to find something to eat. Because obviously, as you can imagine, the wild dogs are carnivores. I was trying to say carnivorous, but it it just wasn't sliding off the tongue, I guess. It was not gonna happen. So get some water. Now the wild dog um is pretty low health. as you can imagine, it's a tiny little guy. Um, I don't believe it gets higher than 150, but once we're full grown, I'll pull up which the stats normally show on the side when you're selecting your character. I just did not pay attention, so we'll look at that in a minute. But they grow very quickly, as one can also imagine since they're so tiny. Um, so they're very cute. Let me find hyenas. That's something that I find funny about this is a lot of people think that they're hyenas and they're not. It's just a quirky thing. It's funny. And hyenas should be coming out in the game. So that will soon be like no longer a thing. People will be able to tell the difference, but it's funny. It's funny to me. So I think okay. All right, let's find some food. Now, something that I do appreciate about this game is you have the ability to scavenge. You don't have to kill other people in order to survive in the game. However, that does not mean that other people don't do that. As you can tell a lot uh, within my gameplay, I get killed a lot. And it's not sometimes it's not like even just to be eaten. Sometimes it's just because people are people and violent. Um but it is what it is. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying. So, but for now, I'm going to be working on these quests with the wild dog. I think I'll just run around a whole bunch. We can go. Well, yeah, as I'm poking my screen. An old. Yeah, I'm working on getting these coins so that I think I will end up buying the rhino. I maybe not, maybe I don't know. Still up in the air for me because I think the rhino is cool, but I also want I don't know. I don't know what I want. I don't know what I want. All right, let's see if we can find her. Carcass around. Yeah. See, I like scavenging. My favorite. I don't like oh, well, I guess, it's not always a very good payoff. Um so well, I really don't have to yeah, we'll have to run around for got plenty plenty. Honestly, I'm just gonna run around the map because I don't feel like staying put in this general area. That's something I'll do when I feel like farming. Okay. So, let's head toward everyone. That is one thing. I don't have the zebra. Um, Not that I don't like zebras. I think they're cool. I think they're a cool animal. I just don't want to waste my. Go if you play this game, probably understand. It's not like it takes a little bit of time to get a good amount of coin. Um, so that being said, you have to be, I guess, sparing your I hear Malcolm, he's out screaming in the hallway. Let's see if I can find someone because I do want to show wild dogs attack. There was a point in time where I was only playing as a wild dog when they first came out. This was a while ago. Because I just think they're so cute. Precious. Love them. But people will attack for a while. They're mean. Okay, yeah. Go over the stats. Okay, first off, that's their attack. Pretty simple. Pretty easy. I know I said I like to scavenge, but I kind of want to show you guys that. And also, they were low health, so I was doing them a favor. Kidding. It was mean of me, but sometimes you have to be mean. Okay. Okay. So we have health. It's low. Your attack damage is low. Can't really swim super fast. You can run pretty fast though. So, you know, it's I would say probably very on par with the actual abilities that an actual wild dog would have. So there's leopard. Oop. No! Oh, it goes so fast. It goes so fast. Don't hurt me! Please! Okay. Yeah. Their health is very low. Very low. And like I said, people will attack you. They will. They will. Obviously, everybody gets attacked, but I feel like people target wild dogs even more than they do impalas, which is funny because I remember being an impala used to be like a crime in the day, back in the day, back in the good old day. Anyway. Okay. Okay. Run around a little bit. Be a little wild dog. Take a shot every single time I say wild dog. Ah. I love that. I love their ears when they're swimming. Very cute. All right. A nappy. Another thing that is pretty cool about, like, not specifically like the wild dogs, but the world in which we dwell, I suppose, is there, um, sometimes if people are actually role playing, which is not always the case, but sometimes it can be, um, people will have like actual packs of wild dogs. So you'll be born, you'll have your mother and your father, um, and you guys just like live out your lives. And it's kind of cute, I think. It's kind of fun. You know, I think that in certain ways roleplay is really fun, but I also do enjoy just chilling on the server. So it kind of just depends on the day. And I guess also the animal. I like being a parent when I'm a giraffe. I don't like I don't like being an impala parent. That makes um numbers. It's kind of funny seeing special attack as so people were nicer. If I could have a wild dog, I would have like actually real life. I'd be like one of those ladies that has like the wolves. Like she's like, hey, they try to eat everybody else, but they love me. Like I'd probably be that lady. Definitely be that lady. So I'm gonna go to Stable Rock and but I want to go through, which I've done it before, but I want to go through the dens there because they're really pretty nice. I actually wish that there were more dens in the world, um, but obviously this is very much a new game, so I think that it's gonna definitely there's going to be a lot more done with the map stuff. I assume. I'm not I have no say whether or not that's actually a thing. But because I was not anticipating the map update when they released the giraffes. Pretty cool. Close, close. Okay. Oh, So I love the den. I wish that there were dens similar to this in the Mirage. Right there. I feel like a lot more people would there if there were um, places for people to stay and be safe. But I think that that would be cool. What's that? Not sure what this is. I think that's a rock. That's the only. I don't think they added another building. Oh, good. We were hungry anyway. We needed some food. I'm surprised I haven't seen any other dudes around here. Yum. Uh, uh, uh. Spot. This one's. I think that like how it's up on the side. Anyway, all right, moving on. Drink some water. We need some. Getting. Okay. All right. Okay, so this is it for the wild dog. Look how cute they look when they're pups. They're so cute. Anyway, that is that for the wild dog. So, you guys enjoyed. I'm going to be doing all of the animals. So, I will catch you guys in the next one.